Hey guys, so today I just wanted to talk about my top tattoo do's and don'ts if you're planning on getting tattooed in 2020. And I know how terrifying it can be, especially if you've never been tattooed before. You don't really know what to expect. You've heard, maybe different things from different people. And so I kind of just wanted to give you my personal experience. I just finished my half sleeve, which I'm so obsessed with it. I cannot wait until it's completely done. And this is actually like 3 days ago that I got this part done. And yeah, so I just wanted to tell you guys my experience and basically what you should and shouldn't do because I've done a lot of research, so. What was that laugh? Oh, I'm cringed. Okay, my first don't is do not just show up to any random shop and expect them to be able to do what you want them to do. I think that it is very important to do your research on the shop, research your artist, make sure it is like a well-reviewed place, because there are places that probably do not stay as sanitary as other places and you could risk getting like an infection and shit, which you really don't want. I've seen some really bad tattoo infections and shit like that. Tattooing seems like such a crazy skill that you kind of just assume that every tattoo artist is the same. They can all just do the same shit, but that's not the case. It's important to find tattoo artists that you are obsessed with, that you love their work. For example, me, I couldn't find any tattoo artists in my area on like Instagram or anything that I really was obsessed with. So I actually had to find an artist in a different state, not too far away. It's like a few hours away, and that's the tattoo artist I've been going to. It's in Idaho, and his name's Todd. He works at Gypsy Tattoo, which is an awesome shop. If you want to check out his work, he does realism and shit, and he's fucking amazing. So, second, I think it is important to not just go off price. I know that everybody wants to pay as little as possible, but if you are obsessed with someone's work, do not worry about the price. Don't try to like haggle them or anything, because that'll frustrate them. You should just be willing to pay the full price if it's something that's gonna be on your body forever. You know what I mean? Third is do not show up on an empty stomach. That was the first thing my tattoo artist told me. He asked me, did you eat anything today? And I said yes. And he's like, okay, good, because apparently a lot of people that don't eat, they don't have like, I don't know, like the right minerals or some shit in their body, and like they end up passing out and all this crazy shit. They start feeling sick. So just make sure you eat a nice meal. I'm pretty sure before my first appointment, I literally just went to IHOP. I had like some Tres Leches pancakes, which were fucking bomb, and like eggs and shit. So just eat food. And for me, I had to drive, and so like on the way, I just like ate snacks. You know what I mean? Next, you should not drink or take painkillers before your tattoo appointment. Apparently it like thins your blood or something, and I don't really know exactly what it does. I've just been told this a lot. Plus, taking like Advil and shit, it's not gonna numb the pain, and maybe drinking will make it easier because you're kind of like out of it. But just man the fuck up. Just go through the pain, like it's all worth it, and like your body can handle it. You're not in danger or anything like that. So next is to not move. And I know this can be hard for some people because when you're in pain, you literally want to like curl up into a ball in the fetal position and just like take it. But you just gotta like relax, take deep breaths, and you can get through it. If you move and he fucks up a line, it'll be harder for him, and it'll take more time to correct the lines and like fix shading and all that stuff like that. So just be careful not to move. It's really not too terrible of pain. And I know it depends on where you get it, but you can do it. So my last don't is to not worry about it too much. I think it's important to just relax, take a deep breath. And I know that there's like a fear of regret and that you won't like it, what he comes up with or whatever, because that was my fear. But if you're obsessed with their work, like on Instagram and stuff, there's a very high chance that you will love what he puts on you. Or she, Once he put the stencil on and just started going, you kind of just have to like endure it. And then like once it's done and you look at it, like the final product, you literally like, wow, this is amazing. Like I'm so happy I did this. I felt so happy about my tattoo. I know there are people out there who regret it, but the statistics for people who regret their tattoos is actually pretty low. And it's usually people who get like their significant other's name tattooed on their body, then they regret it because they break up. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it too much. It'll all be okay. I personally think that life is too short to not try shit that you want to try. Like, you know, if you want tattoos, get fucking tattoos. If you're scared it'll look ugly when you're older, then that fucking sucks. Okay, on to the do's. My first do is to think about your tattoo for a while. And I would say don't get tattooed too young because, you know, some of the shit that you're into a few years ago, you won't be into now. Make sure it's something like timeless that you will literally love your whole life. I know that's hard to like be the judge of, but you know, the tattoos I wanted like 3 years ago are not the tattoos that I would want now. You know what I mean? Just because I found out certain things about the tattoos I wanted. I found out one of the tattoos I used to want meant anal fisting and shit. So I just made sure I was like safe with my tattoos and that I loved them. And so, you know, think about them for at least 3 months or something. And if you still are just dying to get it, then do it. Just think on it. Don't get tattoos when you're drunk or shit like that, you know. Be aware and just know what you want. And speaking of knowing what you want, that was actually my next one. I think it's important to know what you want, even down to like little details. Like for example, my sleeve, I had like a basic idea of what I wanted and I thought just, oh, he can like fill in, you know, like the blank areas with whatever he wants. But no, he actually wanted to know like certain details. Like I'm getting tattooed up here in like a few months probably. And it's gonna be like a portrait, and he basically was asking me, do you want more roses? Do you want like a different design? Like he wasn't really sure what I wanted. So even though I've been wanting this tattoo for a long time, I still have to think of like some details. So just kind of plan out your whole tattoo. If you want like a sleeve, you know, think of like little filler details. Like for me, it was like, you know, I wanted like a rose. I have like roses over here. Like I love it, it all has meaning. But I gotta think on like more shit now, you know what I mean? Which is fine. My next do is to know that you're gonna have to splurge. Be ready to drop some coin because tattoos are expensive. They're not like necessary to life. They're just like a luxury that people want, you know what I mean? So just know that they cost a lot. For example, I'm poor. I know not all tattoo shops take credit cards. Luckily mine did, and so you could like maybe look into that if you want to just pay it off over time, which is what I'm doing, which helps me out a lot because paying it like $500 in full, which is like how much my tattoos per session costs, that's just a lot, and I probably have to like save up for a long time. My next tip is to bring something to distract yourself. I've heard people say that they will like bring a stress ball, or they will bring like a paper towel that they'll like wad into a ball so they can squeeze it. For me, I brought like headphones. I watched MasterChef Junior on my phone for like a couple hours. I played fucking games on my phone and shit. And yeah, you know, those things just kind of distract you. You still feel the pain and sometimes it's hard to focus on what you're watching, but it helps. Next is to take deep breaths. That was another thing that my tattoo artist told me. He was like, just take deep breaths. Your deep breaths will get you through some of the hard moments in your tattoo. So there's areas that will definitely hurt more than others where you're like, wow, that actually hurts a lot. It's like a very sharp pain. Just take some deep breaths and know that those moments of pain don't last forever. They literally will last like a minute or so. Then usually like it calms down again. At least that's how it's been for me. I don't know if that's how it is for everyone, but I'm assuming it's pretty similar for most people. The next tip I would say is one of the most important, and that is to have fun. Just enjoy being in the presence of your artist. You know, it kind of sucks to like small talk. I kind of hate that stuff, but you know, you're gonna be with this person for hours, and so it's kind of fun to, you know, sometimes get into like a deep conversation. Like we would talk about like lots of stuff. I told him about like my coming out story. I told him about like leaving the Mormon church, and he told me about like some personal stories in his life, and like it made time go by faster, and you feel like you kind of bond with them. I feel like I'm homies with my tattoo artist now. And so that's really fun, and like the other artists were there, and the manager was there, who's actually one of my friends, and it was just like really chill. So I think it's important just to have fun with it. It's such a good experience, at least for me. Like I'm already excited for my next tattoo. So yeah, have fun y'all. So next, I would say tip if you had a really great experience. You know, I feel like the tip kind of reflects, you know, how you felt about the experience and getting your tattoo, and if you love your tattoo, or if you had fun or whatever. And so my tattoo artist told me I don't have to tip. He was like, that's on you if you want, but like you don't have to because, you know, I'm getting paid from, you know, just doing the tattoo. I know there are artists out there who like insist that they get tipped. They're like, you have to get tipped because it's a service, whatever. It kind of depends on the artist, which kind of sucks. But I tipped both times. I've tipped him like $150 or whatever for both my appointments. So it was like $100 for this one, and then like I tipped him 50 for this one just because I'm poor. You know, I wish I could tip him all the money because it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. And the last tip is to take care of your tattoo. I know it sucks going through it sometimes, there's hard moments, but once you're finished and you just like appreciate it so much and you want it to stay as nice as it possibly can. So I'm just gonna tell you what my personal tattoo care procedure is or whatever. I know it might be different for every artist. My tattoo artist tells me to wash my tattoo 3 to 5 times a day. If it kind of feels like tight or something, like you can kind of feel it in your arm if it feels like tight, he's like, hey, it might be time to wash it. So I got Dial, like antibacterial soap. It's supposed to be non-scented, but mine's not even non-scented, and like it worked totally fine. I think it's just if you have allergies, get the non-scented soap. So yeah, get antibacterial soap, wash it 3 to 5 times a day, and then after that, you want to use Aquaphor, which is kind of like a healing ointment. It's almost like a Neosporin kind of. It's like that same consistency, and you just put a thin layer of Aquaphor on it, and you kind of like dab off the excess so it's like a little bit of shine, and then you do that 3 to 5 times a day for the first 4 days. Then after that, you switch from Aquaphor just to putting on lotion, and then you do that for like the next week or 2, and then it should be completely healed, and then it'll look like this, which is like, after it goes through like the peeling process and stuff, this is like healed. It's a little bit lighter. You can kind of see how this one's darker, and that's just because it's like under a layer of skin and it's all healed. So anyway, those are my tattoo tips, the do's and don'ts of 2020. I hope this helped someone. I just felt like I wanted to put my thoughts out there. If you guys want to know another tattoo YouTube channel that I have been looking into a little bit, his name is Just Inked, and he has a really awesome, my voice keeps fucking cracking, I swear to God. Oh, his name is Just Inked, and he's like a newer tattoo YouTuber, but he does like really cool videos about like caring for them, or like his sleeves. He has like really dope tattoos, and he's hot, so who wouldn't want to subscribe to that shit? He's also getting like tattoo laser removal, so he's like going through all this shit. So check him out if you guys want to see some more tattoo content and support a smaller YouTuber. And yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you're getting tattoos, just know that it'll be all right. You will survive, and you'll be obsessed with it, okay? I hope this helps someone, and yeah. Have a good day, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.